Hey guys, Brett and 9mm USA here, and we have the Walther PPQ in 9mm versus the Sig Sauer P320, which is our latest pickup right here. Young Brett and I got in a discussion about which trigger might be better, and I really kind of liked it the last time I took the Sig Sauer P320 out. So we're going to do a little shooting contest between the two of them. With the same shooter, it'll be me, and I'm going to shoot them one round at a time and see what kind of differences I think as far as differences between the two pistols. The pistols are pointed downrange. They will be loaded soon. There's nobody else downrange, so we just have targets down there to shoot at. We're about 20 yards away, which is a little bit further than usual. This is not an accuracy test. This is more of a function test and what I think about the triggers as I'm shooting them and the felt recoil between the two pistols. We'll start with the Walther PPQ, and again, may just be 1 or 2 rounds at a time, and then I'm going to change to the next pistol as opposed to shooting the whole magazine and then going to the next pistol. So here we go. Okay, right away you can tell that the Walther's trigger pull is less. It probably is a difference of almost 2 pounds between the two pistols. We don't have a trigger pull tester here, but I can already tell that the Walther is lighter. The Sig is heavier, but they're both really, really good. The reset I can feel in the Walther as soon as I start letting the trigger up. The Sig's is a little lighter on the reset. I can still feel it, but it's not as pronounced. I didn't miss it all with the Walther. And the Sig, I think I missed once. They're both really good triggers. I'm surprised how good this trigger is, to be honest with you. I was not expecting it to be this good. I was expecting it to be something like the P250, the Sig P250. I understand it's a striker-fired pistol compared to a hammer-fired pistol. I get all that, and it does lead to a better trigger. This pistol definitely has it. This Walther PPQ is still just one of the best triggers you're ever going to shoot. If you haven't fired one before, you need to get ready for it being so good. It is quite a bit lighter than a Glock, is my feeling on it, and it leads to really good accuracy. It leads to you getting good hit groups. Both of them are awesome. I thought I was going to prefer this better when I did the introduction on this pistol, on the Sig P320. I thought I liked this trigger a little bit better, but as I shoot them back to back and side by side, I still kind of lean this way just a little bit. So you kind of got to pick your poison between the two. The Walther grip seems a little bit nicer to me. The trigger is slightly better. The Sig has a more traditional P250-like grip. It feels really good in the hand, not to take away from it at all. And the trigger is just slightly heavier, and the trigger is not quite as nice on the reset. I know that's being picky between the two guns. I think you're doing well, whichever way you go. That's my thinking on both triggers, shooting them one right after another, exchanging them between a couple of rounds and firing away. I enjoyed shooting both of them. Closing thoughts on it, guys. One thing about the Sig P320 is it is a huge improvement, in my opinion, over the P250. So those of you that have liked the P250 in the past, give this pistol a try. I think you're really going to like it. So shooting the Walther PPQ 9mm versus the Sig Sauer P320, that's what the target looked like at the end. Again, I wasn't really trying for accuracy, but not too bad.
Alright guys, so I'm going to shoot 10 rounds out of each now. I'm going to start with the Sig Sauer P320. Walther PPQ. Missed. Alright, so I think that the P320 feels a little bit better in hand actually now than the PPQ. I think that the recoil is slightly less on the P320 because it has the metal dual guide rod assembly compared to a single style plastic guide rod assembly.
So you actually thought the recoil was less in the Sig P320, huh?
Yeah.
What about accuracy? What did you think?
I think the sights and also the Walther, for me personally, points a little bit more naturally when I pick it up and I fire it. I think that I could fire it faster. And then also, I think the trigger is better on the Walther PPQ. I think the trigger reset on the Walther PPQ is a little better compared to the P320 because it's a little bit more tactile and you can feel it. But there's less take-up in the trigger overall on the P320 compared to how much take-up you have before you hit the brake on the PPQ.
I agree with that. I think there's definitely less trigger travel in the Sig Sauer P320.
So the PPQ, though, the reset is definitely better. You can shoot faster, I feel like, with the PPQ if you're going off the reset. Now, in general, if you're just pulling it all the way through and you're jerking the trigger, the P320 may be a little bit faster.
Also, the Sig Sauer trigger is a little heavier, so it lends to me wanting to pull harder through the trigger because it is a heavier trigger pull. Here's young Beretta's hits with the Sig Sauer P320 and the Walther PPQ in 9mm. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.